What is up, everyone? My name is Ken, also known as Wiltshire, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be having a look at AsiaHorse's brand new 120mm ARGB fans. With a quick disclaimer though, AsiaHorse did send me these over for free for purposes of review, and I'm not being paid by them in any shape or form to do this video. All the opinions found in this video are mine and mine alone. With the disclaimer out of the way, they sent me over the FS-9002s in white. They also come in black. They sent me the 3-pack of that, and they also sent me the FS-N001s, the 5-pack in white. Unfortunately, the N001s only come in white, which are the fans that you see in my all-white computer build next to me. This is my Frostbite build, which includes a painted motherboard as well. And I have a video on my channel showing how I painted motherboards in the past. So if you guys are kind of interested in that topic, or it piques your interest on how to paint a motherboard, say if you got a green one that's, ruining your aesthetic of your build, then you can go ahead and watch that video to know how to do that, and it will be linked in the description of this video. With that said though, we're going to get into the specifications of these fans here, and this section of the video is going to be rather lengthy because I got two sets of fans that I got to do these specifications for. So if you are short on time, there will be a time code in the bottom left-hand corner of this video that you can go ahead and skip the specification section of this video to go to the glamour shots of the fans in action. So with that said, we're going to get into the specifications now of the FS-9002s and the FS-N001s. So for the N001s, it is a 120mm fan that has the capability of 5V ARGB, which are compatible with the following motherboard manufacturers: Asus, Gigabyte, MSI, and ASRock. The N001s are also a Pwm fan that has the ability of operating between 800 and 1500 RPM. However, to control the RPM, or even just use the fans in general, you will have to use the included fan hub that's in the box. Speaking of the fan hub is powered by SATA power instead of Molex, which is a huge thumbs up for me. As for pricing for the N001s, the N001s come in two kits, a 3-pack and a 5-pack. The 3-pack costs $29.99 USD and the 5-pack costs $39.99 USD. With the specifications for the N001s out of the way, let's move over to the 9002s. The specifications for the 9002s are as follows. However, you'll have to take some of these specifications with a grain of salt. The reason being is AsiaHorse's Amazon page where these fans are sold is oddly scarce with information about these fans. No. Bad AsiaHorse. Get back in your stable and fix that Amazon page right now. With all jokes aside, I actually did DM the representative from AsiaHorse that sent me the fans, and they did speak to an engineer and supply the CFM specifications for these fans for me. With that said, it would be nice if you updated your webpage on Amazon AsiaHorse to have this information readily available to people that are in the market for new RGB fans. Before continuing on with the specifications for the 9002s, I just want to make it known, now that I have the CFM values of both the N001 and the 9002s, that the CFM is the same for both fans, which is 35.21. With that said, let's finally move into the specifications of the FS-9002s. Just like the N001s, the 9002s are a 120mm fan. They are 5V ARGB, which is compatible with the following motherboard manufacturers: Asus, Gigabyte, MSI, and ASRock. They too are a Pwm fan, which run between 800 and 1500 RPM. They share the same hub design as the N001s, so the RPM and CFM ratings are the same. The fan hub is also required for the fan usage, and the fan hub is also powered by SATA. And lastly, let's get into the pricing of the 9002s. The 9002s come in black and white. I currently have the white variants of these fans in my possession because that's the one that AsiaHorse sent me. Oddly enough, depending on what color you go with, you may end up spending a little bit more money. For example, the black variant, which is called the 9001s, the 3-pack costs $32.99 and the 5-pack costs $46.99. When comparing that to the white variant of the fan, the 9002s, the 3-pack is $39.99, meanwhile the 5-pack is $58.99 for the 9002s. With these specifications out of the way, let's put these fans inside my computer, see what they look like, and let's see how they run. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up this video with a few thoughts that I have on the N001s and the FS-9002s. Now the 9002s are my go-to design out of the two fans that I received from AsiaHorse. I do like the frame of this fan a little bit better, as well as the LED ring on the front, side, and back of the fan. I do like the design a little bit better, but if you're looking for more RGB coverage, the N001s are probably your best bet. And oddly enough, the N001s share the exact same design as the NZXT AER fans. So if you're looking at those fans from NZXT, you might want to have a look at AsiaHorse's N001s because they'll probably be about a third of the price when you go to buy 5. So I thought that was pretty interesting find on my part. But the things that I didn't like about these fans was the proprietary connector on the fans themselves. I kind of wish they had a 3-pin RGB header coming out of the fans, as well as a Pwm fan header as well coming out of the fans, instead of just this proprietary cable. I know it's supposed to save on cable clutter, but it kind of cuts down the compatibility what you can do with the fans, so that kind of sucks. But speaking of the fan hub, now the fan hub is rather well designed. Like I said earlier in the video, it's got SATA power, which I do appreciate very much. It's got PWM control, ARGB control. The only thing that I found wrong with the fan hub is that the fans have to be plugged in order, in chronological order, so 1 through 10. So you have to plug them in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can't plug one fan into fan header 1 and then maybe one in fan header 6 or something like that. But the fan hub is not labeled at all, so you do have to look up in the quick start guide on what side has fan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So that's kind of dumb. I kind of wish they labeled them here. As for the quick start guide, speaking of which, the quick start guide kind of sucks. The fans have to be in a certain orientation for all the lighting effects to work properly, and they don't mention that. They just show you a graphic inside of the quick start guide on how the orientation of the fans are supposed to be. So you're going to kind of have to mess around with that a little bit with the orientation of the fans to get the lighting effects to be right. I know I did for a little bit. As for the instructions themselves, the instructions themselves are not really well described or written out. It's kind of in broken English. The instructions for the remote control, for example, are really difficult to understand. For example, if you want to go into Pwm mode with the fan hub to control the fan speed of the fans with your motherboard instead of the remote control here, you have to triple click the white button or the W button on the remote control to get into automatic Pwm mode, as the instruction manual states. However, the thing with the automatic Pwm mode is it does not like the CPU optional fan header. I found that out the hard way because I could not get it to work and I had it plugged into the optional fan header. So I switched that over to the system fan header 1 and it seemed to work. Another thing about going into the Pwm mode is once you triple click the white button, the fans are supposed to flash blue once. And that's supposed to indicate that you're in automatic mode. But the problem is if you triple click that again, it's only gonna flash the fans blue once again. So there's no differential like light kind of visual confirmation that the fans give you to let you know if you're in manual or automatic mode. So that's kind of bizarre. It's gonna mess with you a little bit when you go to set it up. I know it messed up me a little bit because I was like, am I in automatic mode? Am I in manual? I don't really know because the visual confirmation is the same thing for automatic and manual. The fans only flash blue once. So you're like, what mode am I in? I don't know. So I had to mess around with that a little bit, but the remote is kind of cool. Like it's got a lot of effects that you can choose from. Right now I'm just kind of in the rainbow mode because I really kind of like the rainbow look for fans. But other than that, the remote's a good idea. What I would like to see though is a magnetic backing. So like you could like magnetic, like just stick it to the side of your case. I know this case is mostly glass, but it would just make it easier not losing this thing because this remote's rather small. I have a feeling I would lose it myself. So I'll probably have to get some Velcro and stick it on the inside of the case or something like that. But a magnetic backing would be good, AsiaHorse. Other than that, I do recommend these fans. They are not the greatest in terms of airflow, but they're not the worst either. They're pretty average. The noise is not the greatest either, but they're not overly loud to the point where they're, ear piercing. So they're not too bad in that regard. They're just an average fan. They're a pretty good budget average fan is what I would like to say. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap the video up there, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more content like this or anything that I do in the near future, hit that subscribe button. If you guys like this video, hit the like button as well. With that said, my name is Ken, also known as Wiltshire, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.